Welcome to the Mighty BuJo. I'm Allison, and boy am I in need of some rescuing today. So it's time to unleash the superpowers of my bullet journal to get my life back on track. We're going to be setting up a weekly spread in today's video. Yeah, I know. The week is halfway gone, but I'm sinking here, and only this puppy can save me. So let's get to it. I have my bookmarks set for the page that I am going to use as my template, and where my weekly spread should have gone. But time gets away from us, doesn't it? So anyway, I like using a pencil, and since I'm going to be copying last week's spread, I just mark my corners with a little L. And that way it reduces the amount of lines I have to go back to erase later. And by making a little T of sorts at the bottom, I know where to divide my boxes. And then just follow it up top to make sure I don't inadvertently start my line at the wrong spot. Okay, now that all of my little pencil marks are in line, I should be in good shape to be able to sketch out my grids. Like I said, I tried to keep the lines at a minimum so I won't have to go back in and erase quite as much. I typically start out with a small or a 0.3, 0.5 line, and then I go back in and thicken anything up with a brush marker. And glad I did the top, because originally I did my line down too low. So that's why I make sure and mark all the tops of the columns just in case I make that mistake. And I just did that. I went down too low, so that's okay. This week is just going to get, I think it's just going to shift down one. So no big deal. And I'll leave the tops open until I write in the days, and then just kind of close them up. So since the top got extended by an extra square, I'm going to do the same on the bottom, just to keep everything nice and consistent. This week has been crazy for me, trying to establish this channel and learn everything that's required to set one up properly. And I'm an overthinker, so I've probably made it 10 times more difficult on myself than I need to. But learning how to edit and add sound and everything, it's just been quite the little journey, and I am completely scatterbrained. I haven't written in my journal since September 30th. I mean, I've written little notes after the fact, but I am so scattered. I need to get this up and working again so I can kind of hopefully get my brain functioning. It's amazing how much I've come to rely on it in the 2 short months I've been using it. It's my own little personal superhero, which is how I came up with the name for my channel. It's just my Mighty BuJo. It has the power to get me organized, and it's amazing. Even my 16-year-old today, we went for her allergy shot, and she commented on that. She's like, yeah, you're all over the place again, Mom. And I was like, I agree. So I just can't focus. So I'm hoping by setting this back up and kind of putting all my other little tons of things I've been trying to do on hold, that it will help me focus and get back to a productive level, because what I'm doing right now is not working. And I'm sure, you know, part of that is just from trying to set up a channel and figure out how to do all of this while homeschooling, while setting up Halloween. You know, I probably picked the worst time of the year, except for maybe, and I have never been good at writing numbers small. I have naturally big handwriting, and I tend to write with a lot of pressure. So, another hidden perk for my bullet journal is it's teaching me to write smaller with a lighter hand. Otherwise, I'm going to destroy all of my markers. All the little tips are going to disappear. And what I've been doing is keeping a consistent layout for the entire month, but I'll change like the decorative elements of it. And since I didn't really get to use this last time, I'm just going to keep my weekday headers the same and copy my same layout completely over. And I've decided to give everything a month before I change to a new style, simply because to make sure it actually has a chance to see if it's working for me or not. People that have been doing these videos, I absolutely love watching them. I'm addicted to watching Playing with Me's and flip throughs. I don't know how y'all do it so well. Kind of cool about Halloween spreads is that it's okay if it's messy, because then it's just kind of, Halloween has that organic look to it. So here we go. One of the creepiest, I don't know if we call it a nursery rhyme. So, but love this movie. It's one that still, I remember the first time I saw it, totally flipped me out. I was so afraid to go to sleep. My daughter won't watch it because she's afraid of having nightmares. Anyway, I'm sure everybody recognizes the movie this is from. And can you think of any other nursery rhymes like this from horror movies? I'd love to know one. If you can think of others, I'm sure there's some there. Please leave it down in the comments, and I'll see if I can work it in this month. Anyway, Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy. And then here is how my weekly setup finished up. I didn't like the meals section. I was having trouble with, I didn't accommodate for the marker I was using. I used the wrong marker yet again, which I seem to do a lot. So it was too thick and I didn't have enough room, so I used the old black marker trick, blacked everything out. And originally I just put it to there and had a square with the meals above it, and then I realized I could turn it into a headstone. So I did that off camera while my battery was charging. So here's how it ended up turning out. I'm not sure if I'd like this, the look of this one as well as I do last week's, but we're gonna play with the zoom here. Sorry y'all, I'm still very, very new to this, so I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing. I promise I'll get better with practice. And anyway, here is my layout for the week, and this time I actually have it filled in. So I feel much better. My bullet journal is back in action. And how do you handle it whenever you find that you don't have the time to write in your journal? Do you go back and fill it in, or do you just pick up and move on? I went back and filled in my stuff from last week. It was still blank, and even though this is long gone and nothing was obviously done, this way I can look back and go, okay, that's what happened this week. I've noticed this past week while trying to set everything up that all of my days just ran together and it was all just a blur. So I really, really missed having my daily session with my superhero here, my little bullet journal that just keeps me organized. So let me know, how do you handle it whenever you find life just too hectic to actually plan anything out? Do you go back and fill in your days as a keepsake? Do you just leave it blank and move on? Or what do you do? I'd really love to know. Alright, y'all. I'll be back again with another one. Thanks for sticking around, and I hope you gained some tips. I'll see you next time. Bye.